1 Kings chapter 16. The word of the Lord came to Jehu, son of Hanani, against Baasha. Inasmuch as I exalted you from the dust, and made you ruler of my people Israel, but you have walked in the way of Jeroboam, and have caused my people Israel to sin, provoking me to anger by their sins. I will burn up what is left of Baasha and his house. I will make your house like that of Jeroboam, son of Nebat, one of Baasha's line who dies in the city. Dogs will devour one who dies in the field. The birds of the sky will devour. The rest of the acts of Baasha, what he did and his valor, are recorded in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel. Baasha rested with his ancestors, he was buried in Tirzah, and his son Elah succeeded him as king, through the prophet Jehu, son of Hanani. The word of the Lord came against Baasha and his house, because of all the evil Baasha did in the sight of the Lord, provoking him to anger by his deeds, so that he became like the house of Jeroboam, and because of what he destroyed. Reign of Elah. In the 26th year of Asa, king of Judah, Elah, son of Baasha, became king of Israel in Tirzah for 2 years. His servant Zimri, commander of half his chariots, plotted against him, as he was in Tirzah, drinking to excess in the house of Arza, master of his palace in Tirzah. Zimri entered, he struck and killed him. In the 27th year of Asa, king of Judah, and succeeded him as king. Once he was king, seated on the throne, he killed the whole house of Baasha, not sparing a single male relative or friend of his. Zimri destroyed the entire house of Baasha, according to the word the Lord spoke against Baasha through Jehu the prophet, because of all the sins which Baasha and his son Elah committed and caused Israel to commit, provoking the Lord, the God of Israel, to anger by their idols. The rest of the acts of Elah, with all that he did, are recorded in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel. Reign of Zimri. In the 27th year of Asa, king of Judah, Zimri became king for 7 days in Tirzah. The army was encamped at Gibbethon of the Philistines. When they heard, Zimri has formed a conspiracy and has killed the king. So that day in the camp all Israel made Omri, commander of the army, king of Israel. Omri and all Israel with him marched up from Gibbethon and besieged Tirzah. When Zimri saw that the city was captured, he entered the citadel of the king's house, and burned it down over him. He died, because of the sins he had committed, doing what was evil in the Lord's sight, by walking in the way of Jeroboam, and the sin he had caused Israel to commit. The rest of the acts of Zimri, with the conspiracy he carried out, are recorded in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel. Civil War. At that time the people of Israel were divided in two, half following Tibni, son of Ginath, to make him king, and half for Omri. The partisans of Omri prevailed over those of Tibni, son of Ginath. Tibni died and Omri became king. Reign of Omri. In the 31st year of Asa, king of Judah, Omri became king of Israel for 12 years. The first 6 of them he reigned in Tirzah. He then bought the mountain of Samaria from Shemer for 2 silver talents and built upon the mountain The city he named Samaria, after Shemer, the former owner. But Omri did what was evil in the Lord's sight, more than any of his predecessors. In every way he imitated the sinful conduct of Jeroboam, son of Nebat, and the sin he had caused Israel to commit, thus provoking the Lord, the God of Israel, to anger by their idols. The rest of the acts of Omri, what he did and his valor, are recorded in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel. Omri rested with his ancestors, he was buried in Samaria. And Ahab his son succeeded him as king. Reign of Ahab. Ahab, son of Omri, became king of Israel in the 38th year of Asa, king of Judah. Ahab, son of Omri, reigned over Israel in Samaria for 22 years. Ahab, son of Omri, did what was evil in the Lord's sight more than any of his predecessors. It was not enough for him to follow the sins of Jeroboam, son of Nebat. He even married Jezebel, daughter of Ethbaal, king of the Sidonians, and began to serve Baal, and worship him. Ahab set up an altar to Baal in the house of Baal which he built in Samaria, and also made an Asherah. Ahab did more to provoke the Lord, the God of Israel, to anger than any of the kings of Israel before him. During his reign, Hiel from Bethel rebuilt Jericho. At the cost of Abiram, his firstborn son, he laid the foundation. And at the cost of Segub, his youngest son, he set up the gates. According to the word of the Lord spoken through Joshua, son of Nun.